yeah, 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 da 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 da, yeah, 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 yeah. I chase the peak where the neon lights fly. No gravity holds when I touch the vast sky. My vision is sharp and my limits are high. Watch every doubt in the old versions just die. I turn up the bass, let the heavy drums flow, lighten the entire stage with a bright golden glow. I own the room and I run this show, setting the pace everywhere that we might ever go. Stacking the chips where the lazy ones only play, building my kingdom in every single modern possible way. I do not care what the bitter critics say, turning my midnight into a bright brand new day. Breaking the chains so I can finally feel free. Nobody stands on the level that you see me. I am the spark in the deep dark sea, growing my roots like a heavy tall lion tree. Chasing the crowd in a whole winning gold team. Everything shifts like a high definition and digital dream. Waking the world with the loud silent metal scream. Gold on my neck with the polished shiny gleam. Keeping my focus where the heavy money is at, running the game while I hold it still back, leaving the fakes and the phony just feeling flat. I am the boss, and I always handle that. Standing so tall while the weak little empires fall. I am the one who is answering the call, driving the lane while I handle the orange ball, writing my name on the very shiny marble wall, shaking the club with a very heavy sonic boom, cleaning the dirt with the fresh new metal broom, leaving no space in the crowded little tiny room. Watch how the flowers of my victory will bloom. Taking the wheel for a long midnight desert ride. I have no secrets and absolutely nothing to hide, staying so humble while keeping my deep inner pride, swimming across the rough in the very high tide, pushing the limits with my own heavy mental grit, building a fire that is already well and lit. Never the type who is actually willing to quit, finding the pieces that finally seem to really fit. Playing the cards in a very dangerous heavy game. I do not care for the temporary hollow fame, burning the bridge with a hot orange blue flame. Nobody else has a style that I can claim. Listen to gravity hitting the hard, cold, gray ground, moving in silence without making a single quiet sound, searching for treasures that never have yet been found. Keep it original and do not be ever bound. Leaving the shadows and clearing every single heavy doubt, knowing exactly what this life is all about. Really following the long trails that the heavy giant shout, winning the fight and taking the final gold bow. Flooding my spirit to a very heavy daily test, taking no time for a single second of rest. Flying so high from the middle of the west, I am the king with steel on my chest. Focusing only on doing my own favorite new thing, diamond reflections on every single shiny metal gold ring. Hear the vibration and let the electric choir sing, flying above on the very wide purple eagle wings. Seeing the world from a very different neon view, painting the sky with the darker shade of blue, keeping it real with the very chosen solid few, doing the things that the others simply cannot do. Climbing the mountain and reaching for the highest peak, finding the words that the others simply cannot speak, living a life that the humble people often seek, powering through when the body is feeling very weak, making a loud noise like a heavy metal toy, finding the peace that the enemies cannot ever destroy, using the tactics that the clever men often employ, bringing the spirit and the heavy pure golden joy. Locked in the booth and I'm all alone, talking to kings on a very heavy golden throne, sitting on top of a very solid marble throne, making the sound with a very deep rhythmic tone, raising the clock and I never ever will stop, reaching the summit and also the very highest top, watching the prices and the heavy bass finally drop, working the field for a heavy golden autumn crop, hungry for more like a very heavy metal beast, eating the fruit of a very lucky winning feast, rising like sun from the very golden bright east, giving my all till the worries are finally ceased, sending the G to the blue heavens up above, giving my people a very heavy and tough love, flying so high like a very beautiful white dove, fitting the hand in a tight black velvet glove. I woke up chasing all the golden city lights, my vision staying sharp through all these heavy nights. We climbing up until we reach the highest heights, no stopping now because we earned our basic right. Going out the old to make some better space, I set the rhythm and I dictate every pace, looking at the mirror scene just a winning face, winning every single heavy city track, field, sprint race, building up the castle on this very solid ground, looking for the magic that I finally have found, Listen to the rhythm of that heavy city sound, spinning all the records till the world goes around. Break the ceiling while we living for the gold, telling stories that had never once been truly told. Watch the future as the silver dusty maps unfold, staying vibrant even when the winter air gets cold. Keep it moving, keep it jumping in the street. Feel the friction in the heavy pulsing city heat. Never backing down or showing signs of a defeat, making sure the cycle stays entirely and fully complete. I put the work in every single lonely hour, growing stronger like a giant concrete blooming urban flower. Blooming every bit of my original and massive power, building up the dream inside a shiny glass tower. Money talking, but I listen to the inner soul, keeping everything within my own and steady firm control. Scoring points while aiming for the very final goal, playing every part and playing every single major role. I'm all waiting for the world to say hello. Watch me catch the rhythm in the steady flow, making sure the seeds of my ambition finally grow. Keep the energy and let the inner spirit glow. Heavy bass is banging loud inside the luxury ride, feeling all the magic washing in like the tide. Nowhere left for all the petty fears to hide, walking through the portal with a lot of pride. Digital connection, moving fast across the wide blue screen, living out a movie like a classic Hollywood scene. Staying sharp and staying hungry and so very lean, keeping all the motives and the vision very clean. I was dreaming while I sat inside the class, watching all the boring ticking heavy minutes slowly pass. Now I am the one who really hits gas, shattering the ceiling made of fragile and click glass. They're playing for the fortune or the shallow fame. Every single person is going to know the name. I am playing hard and winning at the game, setting all the old and dusty rules on flame. Take a chance and see what you can make. Every single promise is a thing they cannot break. Swimming through the ripples of a very deep lake, doing what it takes for my own personal sake. High octane fuel is pumping through my heavy veins. I am breaking through the metal of each chains. I am washing out the sorrow with the rains, counting up the losses and the very heavy gains. Looking to the future through a different kind of lens, making sure I keep a circle of best friends. This is where the olden time story ends, following the path where the silver river always bends. I am living life upon a very different plane, working through the struggle and the very heavy pain, running like a fast and very heavy cargo train, using every single muscle in my busy clever brain. Style is dripping like the water from the tap, putting all my brothers on the global city map. I will never fall into the dark heavy trap, hearing all the people as they start to clap. Catch a flight and heading to the west coast. This is not a drill and not a boast, buttering the bread and eating all the golden toast. I am the one that they really love most. Focus on the vision through the hazy purple smoke. Everything I said was never ever just a joke, and fixing everything that they had already broke. Feeling like a leader with a very heavy cloak, writing all my lyrics with a very sharp pen. I will do it over and then over again, counting to the top until I reach the 10. Working in the studio inside my private dark den. Look at how we flying in the open sky, spreading out the wings so we can really fly. Never going low because we aim for the highs, saying all the words to a very final goodbye.